Well, let's start with Ackman. He's the biggest name that we have heard from thus far, pretty much by far, at the Ira Sohn conference. And he's not making a lot of big headlines today. I got to say, after the whole Herbalife situation, maybe he wants to avoid fireworks today. What he is reiterating is his call on Procter & Gamble. He owns about 1% of the company's shares, and he's basically saying that it's a great company, talking about its exposure to emerging markets, etc. Should point out that he took the stake in P&G last July, and the shares are up about 27% since then. So this has been one of his winning bets, unlike the sort of fluid Herbalife situation and the losing bet on JCPenney. So just to put that in contrast. A couple other people that we've heard from: Elliott Management's Paul Singer. He actually didn't make any picks today, but talked about that central banks don't see the cost of quantitative easing, talked about insolvency at various developed countries. Some of the other picks that we got included one from Keith Meister over at Corvex. He is a he formerly worked with Carl Icahn. He likes a company called TW Telecom and says it could be an acquisition target, and perhaps that the acquirer could be level 3. He disclosed today that he owns a 6% stake in TW Telecom and about a 3.5% stake in level 3. He thinks that TW has upside to about $38 a share and level 3 upside to about $34 a share. Both of those stocks, by the way, rising in the wake of this. So definitely this has been one of the hallmarks of the Sohn conference, right, that we have seen these reactions as various fund managers come out and discuss their picks. P&G, though, did not see a big reaction since this is already a holding of Ackman's. And also want to mention Hayman's Kyle Bass. His basically one pick was Dex Media. This is a small cap business ad services company. Those shares definitely seeing a gain today. The shares, by the way, were up 18% yesterday as the company held a conference call. This is not a terribly liquid stock, we should point out as well. He also talked a lot about Japan. This has been a frequent theme for Kyle Bass, and he said that it was essentially insolvent and doesn't approve of the strategy of the central bank over in Japan. So that's who we've heard from so far. We're going to hear from the likes of David Einhorn much later this afternoon. I'll be tracking all the headlines coming out from Sohn and also the stock reactions that we see as these folks come out with their picks.